My life was a disaster. There was no denying it anymore. I sat in a leather armchair, whose owner made me want to gouge out my own eyeballs, breathing in the scent of wine, polished wood, and musty antique rugs of her lavish home. Yep, I was off my rocker. But what else could I do? Jax had been abducted by the greater demon Dagamon and dragged to the netherworld. I had tried and failed to summon him back to our dimension. Then I almost died when an angel showed up and attempted to collect the bounty on my head. A gift from the Legion of Angels. Thank you very much. Like I needed more drama in my life. Every minute I sat in this stupid, expensive chair was like a week of rigorous torture for Jax. The longer he spent in that world, the harder it would be to get him back out. If Dagamon really was going to sell him off to another demon, it would get a hell of a lot harder. I couldn't go to the council, the angel-born group of elders and leaders. I didn't trust them, and I couldn't give them any information about Jax without the risk of exposing him and myself. Conjuring demons was taboo. It was the sport of half-breeds, specifically witches, and forbidden to all angel-born. If the council found out, Jax would be shunned, or worse, sent to Silent Gallows, the only angel-born prison in North America. Summoning demons was also a dangerous game. The occasional stupid human did it, and they always ended up possessed or disembodied. That's why conjuring demons was mainly a witch's thing, as a means to increase their power by borrowing demon magic. But the catch with tasting demon power was they always took a piece of you. A few fingers, your teeth, eyes, your soul. It didn't matter to them as long as they had a piece. When Jax had told me he'd been working some dangerous demon summoning rituals to try and break his contract with Dagamon, I wanted to beat him with a shovel. But when I mentioned this to his mother, her expression had been carefully blank. I was willing to bet Mommy Dearest had known all along that her son had been dabbling in something seriously illegal. The woman hated my guts, but she loved her son. I knew there was nothing she wouldn't do for him, not when she'd already lost a daughter to a demon. I sat at the edge of the chair, my feet planted strategically in front of me, just in case Mrs. Spencer changed her mind and I had to make a break for it before she set her rich friends to kill my demon-born ass. She'd left me sitting in the den alone at least a half hour ago to make some calls. Maybe Tyrius was right. Maybe this was the stupidest idea I'd ever had. Tapping my foot on the rug, my blood pressure skyrocketed, and I wished Tyrius were here with me. To have him sitting on my lap would have been a real comfort. He'd criticize the plush furnishings, rub himself on the rug to leave his scent and hair, and maybe even spray a few spots. Mrs. Spencer would love that. "You should be nervous," said a male voice in a slightly mocking tone, and I turned to see a tall man standing in the doorway. His short black hair nearly grazed the frame as he watched me, and his dark eyes held a glint of contempt and sly amusement, like I was the butt of some inside joke. "I'm not nervous, just anxious to get things going." I narrowed my eyes. "It's Lewis, right? How long have you been standing there watching me? That's really pervy, you know?" The light wrinkles around Lewis's eyes deepened with his frown. He was dressed in a similar style to when I'd first met him, with an expensive-looking gray business shirt and a pair of black pants. The P-shaped birthmark I'd spied through his collar was the same as Jax's. The archangel Michael's sigil was common to all angel born from House Michael. He watched me for a beat longer, and then sauntered into the den, rubbing his hawk-like nose with his finger. Nervous? I didn't think so. I think he wanted me to think he was nervous. He reminded me of a scarecrow, a very well-dressed scarecrow.